You can use the Scale tool to resize certain types of elements, such as lines, walls, images, DWG and DXF imports, reference planes, and the position of dimensions. When you scale an object, you can do so graphically or numerically. I will place a single wall segment in this new project. Notice that when I select the wall, Revit displays a contextual ribbon for modifying walls. In the Modify panel, the Scale tool is available. If I click the Scale tool, the wall appears with a dashed box around it, and the options bar gives me the option of scaling the wall graphically or numerically. Scaling graphically requires 3 clicks. The first click determines the origin, and the next 2 clicks define the scale vectors. Revit calculates the scale factor by determining the ratio of the lengths of the 2 vectors. For example, if the first vector you sketch is 5 feet long, or 1,500 millimeters in the metric file, and the second vector is 10 feet long, or 3,000 millimeters, the resulting scale factor would be 2. I'll click first to specify the origin. This is the point from which the size of the object will change. Once I select that point, I can move the cursor to define the first vector. And notice that Revit displays a temporary dimension. If I wish, I can type the length of that vector. I'll type 5 feet, or 1,500 millimeters. Then I need to specify the length of the second vector. Again, I can either move the cursor or type the length. I'll type 10 feet, or 3,000 millimeters. Once I specify the length of the second vector, the wall is scaled. Of course, probably the most practical way to scale a wall graphically is to pick the origin at one end of the wall, the end you want to remain in its current position, and then pick the first vector at the other end of the wall. Notice that now, when I move the cursor to specify the second vector, the wall simply changes length to follow the cursor. This is equivalent to dragging the wall end. You can also scale elements by entering a scale factor. To use this method, on the options bar, select the numerical radio button and type the scale factor. In this example, I'll type 0.5, then click in the drawing area to specify the origin. See how the wall has shortened to half of its original length?